Goeienaand. Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. You know what I love about the live streams, and we had a real cracker of a live stream earlier today. Well, earlier tonight. It's about midnight in Johannesburg right now. It's now about nearly coming on to 8 a.m. in the morning because we are 8 hours ahead of you guys. But that's totally off topic. Now, I've got to give a shout out to Melina here, and this is so left wing, but I think it is so. It's kind of really on the money. During the live stream we heard earlier, and you can go and check out the video; it'll be there. A number of people said what they've noticed is the changing attitudes of people in South Africa, where they used to be happy and relaxed, and now they're concerned and they're looking around and stuff like that. And the majority group is kind of giving the minority groups these sort of evil stares, like, you know, what can I take off you and stuff like that. So it's becoming a very, very tense situation. And a very good point was raised by one of the people who commented in the side chat, and they said that, you know, most black Africans just wish that they could get on with their lives, but the government is so corrupt, it's so incompetent, that it's destroying all the jobs in South Africa, and that's creating a huge age divide. And I'll explain to you what I'm talking about. The age divide is where the older generation, black Africans, and I'm talking about people now in their 50s and 60s, you know, they just want to have peace and harmony in the country, and they have no grudges against the minority groups like the white people. The problem is in the unemployed younger black youth who seem to have this huge chip on their shoulders if they are the victims of apartheid when they weren't even born in that era. And, you know, they're the ones who are going around now in gangs and causing all the trouble. And I'll read to you a report, and then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to read to you a personal letter from an African who explains what their predicament is. And it's a very interesting perspective to look at. Okay, here we go. In 1994, when Nelson Mandela became president, South Africa had 70,000 white commercial farmers who are feeding 100 million people, large parts of Africa. This at a time when South Africa's population was about 28 million. Today, South Africa has a population of over 59 million. Yet, despite having more than double the population, now has less than half as many commercial farmers as 25 years ago. Today, there are less than 30,000 white commercial farmers who are managing to feed approximately 40 million people. Now, what's happened in the few years that have passed is that a huge number of Africans have moved in from the northern states like Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Somalia, Sudan, Congo, Nigeria, Zambia, you name it. They're all pouring in through this unblocked border. And this is why you've got the xenophobia happening in South Africa, because the local blacks are saying, hey, you guys are not only taking us our jobs, but there's no longer enough food to go around because you're here. However, our population is now over 58 million, and therefore for the first time in South Africa's history, we have become a net food importer. We need to import millions of tons of food every year to manage to adequately feed the population. Our farmers are no longer able to feed all of South Africa. Malice and hatred are at the heart of affirmative action, or BEE. Yeah, we've all heard about BEE. What BEE means is that if you're white, you cannot get a job in South Africa. That's basically cutting it to the chase. That's what it means. Their false narrative is based upon demonizing the white minority in the country and particularly channeling murderous hate towards white farmers who against all odds are trying to feed the country. Many thousands of white commercial farmers in South Africa and their white members have been murdered, some in the most demonic and sadistic, torturous ways. Now, I'm going to attach a couple of images after this intro, but first I'm going to read you a little letter. And down below, I'm actually going to give you a link to a Facebook page, which is very interesting. So you've got a lot of Africans who are participating. I'm talking about black Africans who are participating on their Facebook page, and they are hurtful with the ANC. They recognize that this government is screwing them over. But this letter kind of sums up the mentality, okay? And it's by Siyanda Mafalala. And he writes, and this is dated just a couple of weeks ago. Dear ANC, please increase unemployment, crime and poor service delivery. Please make us suffer. Steal every cent you can get. We love suffering. Even if we suffer, we will vote for you, because you give a NSFAS only to take pictures, graduating, and then sit at home with our qualifications. Ran 400 grants because we love drinking and unprotected sex. ANC, please, we are stupid and enjoy things like load shedding, high crime rates, etc., because you took us out of apartheid, so we owe you. And then it's signed off by Sia. Now, that to me kind of sums up the dilemma that a lot of black Africans have, is that they still see as the ANC is freeing them from apartheid, and they don't recognize that the ANC today are destroying the entire economy. They're kind of stuck in this time lapse, and it's a very, very interesting perspective. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for updates, and have a great day. Bye for now.